The United Nations Climate Conference entered day 3 this morning in Paris. Cars and trucks produced 1/5 of all air pollution in the U.S. Mark Phillips recently took a drive around Oslo, Norway, and that is where the government introduced a series of incentives. They make what is good for the planet good for the consumer. Mark is back in London with more of his series, The Climate Diaries. Mark, good morning.
Good morning. Well, what if you could buy a car that produces zero emissions and where the fuel, the parking, and the driving is basically free? Well, there is such a country, and as you say, it's Norway, the electric car capital of the world. It's not too good to be true. It just takes the will and the money. Take a look around the streets of Oslo. Look closer. A lot of these cars have plates that start with the letter E for electric. In Norway now, a quarter of all new cars sold are electric. 70% of those pure plug-ins, not hybrids. And that's not just because the Norwegians are an environmentally responsible people. It's because here, it pays to go electric. In fact, you'd be crazy not to. Ask Leif Halvorsen. He's crunched the numbers.
This car will be for free.
For free?
Yeah.
It's hard to get a better deal than free.
Yeah, that's true.
Owning the car will be free because of a hugely attractive set of government-funded incentives. For a start, Leif will pay no sales tax on it, a whopping 25%. Then he'll pay no registration fee to get it on the road. The electricity to charge it up is free at government-funded curbside plug-ins, so many of them that the car's range, somewhere between 100 and 150 miles per charge, becomes almost a non-issue. And once on the road, all tolls are free, as are ferry and bridge charges. And Anita Viborg, an electric car commuter, will tell you there's another benefit. In her car, she can drive in the bus and taxi lanes to avoid traffic.
I can save up to an hour if it's really bad, actually.
Right. There's traffic all over the road, but you have your very own Anita lane here.
That's quite right. That's right.
And Anita barely gives a thought to all those poor suckers stuck in their gas guzzlers in the slow lane. You don't feel guilty?
I don't feel guilty, because we're doing something good. I mean, I'm not polluting. We're driving and I'm not polluting, so it's good.
Anita has another trick. When she plugs in at home, her power comes from solar panels installed on her roof. More free power. And if you're put off by that old idea that electric cars are from the golf cart and not the vroom vroom school of motoring, this thing really goes, isn't it? Take a ride with Per Oven Seberg in his Tesla. It's pricey, but no more so than any other set of Hot Wheels.
The power of this car is amazing, so and I can't afford to buy a petrol car with this performance.
What's happened here in Norway has become the perfect electrical storm, a mix of spectacularly generous tax breaks, of special driving privileges, and of electric cars that finally drive like cars. In fact, this has all been so successful, the Norwegian government is looking for ways to put the brakes on it. Lars Lunde is the Deputy Minister of the Environment.
When you get a real big market share, of course, the benefits has to be phased out. But we are not.
Is that what you're anticipating? 45, 50, 60% electric?
I mean, we have to go to 100% in some years. I mean, our target is actually that.
Getting to 100% may still be a dream, but the Norwegian experiment has proved one thing. If you build them and make it worth their while, they will come. And if you say, yeah, but they still have to burn fossil fuels to generate the electrical power that charges the cars, well, not in Norway. Almost all of the electric power there comes from clean, renewable hydro. Some places have the will, the money, and all the luck. Christine?
Mark Phillips in London, thank you. Mark's series, The Climate Diaries, continues tomorrow from Scotland. He'll show us how clean power is coming from under the waves. That's tomorrow on CBS This Morning.